Hi, my name is Chris Kalaboukis and I'm the Chief Philosopher, Engineer, and Futurist of hellofuture. I live in the San Francisco Bay Area, and every time that there's an earthquake, there's always a news item which states that sometime within the next 50 years, we are going to have a major earthquake which will destroy everything. Sometime in the next 50 years. We have no idea when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen sometime in the next 50 years. How can you plan your life around that, right? Now, my question to you is, imagine it's the year 2030, 10 years from now. Are you still here? Is your company still here? I mean, did you know that 96% of businesses fail within 10 years? Within the next 10 years, 96% of businesses will fail. Only 4% are still around. The companies that you see around you that have survived more than 10 years, that's 4%. The question is, do you want to be part of the 96% that fails? Or do you want to be part of the 4% that succeeds? It's your choice. So my question to you today is, what do you want to do tomorrow? A lot of people fear the future. They can barely think 3 months out, let alone 10 years out. I mean, do you know where you're going to be in 10 years? Do you know what your customers will be like? Do you know what your industry will be like? Do you know what the world will be like? What will your company be like? What kinds of products and services will sustain you in that future? Don't worry, we can help. We answer those questions for you in a fun, optimistic way. I mean, personally, I don't believe in dystopias, even though it's a big deal nowadays. Despite what you hear in the news day after day, things are getting better across the board. Remember, news is only news because it rarely happens. I'm sorry to say, but disruption is not a choice. It will happen. The only question is when and how. We prepare you for these disruptive market shifts, no matter if they're black swans which unexpectedly massively upturn your market, or small incremental changes which pull your market out from under you. I mean, chances are your company will either be gone or vastly different in 10 years. We can take you into that future. We can guide you into a future where your company not only exists, but thrives, no matter what the future throws at it. We future-proof your company against disruption, large and small. You know, as a child, I've always been interested in what's next. I was raised in a Greek-Canadian immigrant household, and I always felt that the future was much more compelling than my present. My love of the future and stories of the future or science fiction resulted in responses like, people can't fly, as my dad walked past me while I was watching Superman lying on the floor in front of our TV on Saturday mornings. So I secretly read voraciously under the covers, late at night, flashlight propped up on the pillow, poring over stories of the future, wishing I could live in that Star Trek future and bring that optimistic future to life as soon as I possibly could. So when I was old enough, I realized I wanted to devote my time to forging a future in forging the future. If you ask me, the past is done. It's dead. It's set in stone. There's nothing we can do about it. We can think about it. We can help it guide our future. But we shouldn't ruminate over it. And the present is fleeting. The only thing we still control is the future. And only by our own hand can we make the future better than the present. So I say to you, let's work together to forge your ideal future.